We rolling. That
was my soundtrack first year.
We rolling. Huh?
That's my soundtrack to my first year memories back in college.
Back in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, KO used to be the shit.
KO.
Yeah, KO used to be the
KO's first feature and he killed it.
Yeah. The guy was dope, but I actually miss his group days, you know.
Yeah.
I actually the things he used to rap about there was his lyrical content was very funny.
Yeah.
But that's KO. That's a topic for another day.
Yes.
Today is a different day, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
The Absolute Smack episode 6. We're back again at it. Mephisto.
Pana, but Z2 maziphelele. I'm actually like Z7 maziphelele, but
shut one.
7 maziphelele.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call this one the Absolute Smack Buffet.
The Absolute Smack Buffet.
Yes, and that's where Chef Tabs and Chef Mephisto are gonna get their minds together, bring their minds together, and sort of like dish out nice, fresh, relevant content for you guys.
Put on some makunyana there, and some spicy veggies, and some tropical don what, just dashing it and
things that you can't even pronounce.
That's the Absolute Smack.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, so what's on the menu, son? What's on
the menu is a few cool things that we thought about. One of them is Connie Quote of the Week. We'll tell you more about that later. And we've got another feature that we call Cool Things That We Discovered This Week. So those are going to be more or less of our household items.
Sure.
In this context, we're going to call it the starter.
The starter. Okay,
just
cool.
To break the ice.
We're breaking the ice with two things today.
A few two things, just to break the ice. We call it the starter, the Absolute Smack Buffet. And straight after that, we're gonna talk about the summer nominations. Call that meal number 1. After the summer nominations, we're gonna dive into the dangers of addiction and fame and depression, which ultimately led to Avicii's death. And then after that, speaking of people leaving us, we also have Akunzi, which is a sad one, and we're also going to talk about. And Ricky Rig announcing his retirement. I'm going to jump straight into it and just think and just discuss Untwana, is it a publicity stunt or is it serious? Because there's also mentions of former mental illness that were involved, and we don't need another Kanye West 10 essay. So that's the household items in Untwana. That's
for the Absolute Smack episode 6. So man, having said that, our social media links that you can get us at there is the Absolute Smack on Facebook. We've got on SoundCloud where we upload all of our podcasts so far. It's called the Absolute Smack. Just search the Absolute Smack there on SoundCloud. We're also on Twitter at Absolute Smack. Search us there. Where else can they find us, Mephisto?
If people want a different alternative to podcasts and stuff, you can also check out our footage or videos, promotional content that we host on YouTube. The YouTube channel is called the Absolute Smack TV. Search for us there. Dope interview we had there with SJ. That's also there. Behind the scenes footage, episode 5 at Shandis. That's also there. So there's lots of cool stuff people that can watch in their spare time and leisure.
The Absolute Smack TV on YouTube, man. Get us out there, man. So Mephisto, I know for a fact, like from episode 5, I know for a fact that there are people that are waiting for episode 6, and they want to know what the Absolute Smack is actually all about. So for all of those people that are listening to the Absolute Smack for the second time or for the first time, thank you for tuning in again. Hope you stay. Your feedback is also welcome, you know. So man, do you want to maybe like introduce the Absolute Smack to the masses, Mephisto?
Sure thing,
new
man.
People that are out there.
The Absolute Smack is a bi-weekly podcast that's hosted by Tabs and Mephisto, and the show is centered around culture, news, and interesting topics that Tabs and I discuss alone. But sometimes we call a guest through, and we say this is the voice of culture with a strong focus on its nativehood, and that's Davidson. And we say this with pride. I want listen proper. I want people to listen properly when
I say this with pride.
We are the best thing to come out of Davidson since God.
Boom.
Stay tuned.
The Absolute Smack, episode 6.
Let's jump straight into it. Mfana, corny quote of the week. Something Tabs and I just discovered. I would say, you know what? Let's just keep the format changing, man. Let's not keep it stagnant. And we decided to share some corny quote that we came across. Corny but hits home.
Yeah.
So
it's corny quote of the week.
Yeah, corny quote of the week.
Each and every time we let the Absolute Smack out. Every time we record,
from now on,
quote of the week.
Yeah.
Corny quote of the week.
Yeah, from now on.
What you saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If people like it, we can keep it.
From now going forward.
Yeah, if people like it, we can keep it. If they don't, let us know and we can try something else.
Okay, cool. Corny quote of the week. So what's corny quote of the week this week?
This week, the corny quote of the week is never trade your authenticity for approval.
Never trade your authenticity for approval.
And this one is by Charlemagne the God. We'll let it sink. Has it sunk?
It sunk. I can feel it, my man. It hit home. It hit home.
Man.
It hit home. It's telling the truth out there. You know that this thing is actually talking to you, and or it's talking to someone that you might know.
If you're thinking of posting that naked picture of yourself right now over Instagram, and you're about to press that send button, don't do it. That's not who you are. Don't trade your authenticity for approval.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it.
So that's the corny segment that we trying to bring to people. I hope that hits home.
Okay, man. Shout out to Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, that's quite deep. We went in.
Yeah. So what's on the menu, my guy? What are we touching on episode 6? What are people? What should people expect?
People should expect dope things from these apps that we're using every day.
Yeah.
One of them is Google.
Yeah.
So Google has updated their search machines that they're using to make audio content more searchable and more discoverable.
Sure.
You know? So it's incorporating metadata into search results.
Okay.
So what does that mean? If people search for a title of podcast, they can find the podcast much easier.
Yeah.
But if they search about a topic, podcast can also be found.
So it appears in the feeds.
It appears in the feeds, and so Google will try to learn what each podcast is about and sort of like understand the content of the specific episodes.
Actually, having said that, now that I think about it, every time you search for something online, it's either an article is gonna come up which is written, or a video is gonna come out. But it's never really like a podcast channel, you know.
Especially when you're searching for a specific topic.
Yeah.
So
now Google is actually gonna sort of like up their rankings, podcast rankings, to the Google stream and all of that.
Yeah.
And when you search for a topic or whatever the case might be, podcasts are also part of the click out there.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Makes sense.
In a nutshell, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Another cool thing that we discovered this week is Pinterest. Do you know the app? Yeah, so Pinterest is, I don't know, I don't want to call it the upper market Instagram, but for lack of a better word, I'll say that it doesn't have Instagram. Too many users and it's not that popular.
Like what you just said now, it sounds like, you know, when someone says, I don't mean to be rude, you know they're going to be rude.
That's because you can still find upper market content on Instagram, not just on Pinterest.
On Pinterest,
you know?
True.
You can still find valuable content other than ass and boobs on Instagram.
So what's the story with Pinterest?
Yeah, let me not get into that.
Don't get into it. Don't do it.
So after conducting a research, the developers at Pinterest discovered that people who use the app ranged from people with visual impairment and complete blindness.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Come to think of it as a visual app. It's a visual app. It's a visual inspiration app.
Yeah. And
it's being used by blind people.
So what are they incorporating? Are they incorporating audio into Pinterest for the blind people, or what's the story there?
So good question. They're practicing a theory called inclusive design.
Yeah.
This makes the app accessible to everyone. So this will they will take proper code, of course, and make sure that the labelings are very well detailed out for features, for phones that have features such as voiceover features for people that are blind and stuff like that. For those features to actually read the components on the screen for visually impaired people. So I think that's quite dope.
I think it's just keeping up with the times, man. That's the thing about digital and online, is that you always have to keep up with the time. Actually, you need to think like 10 years or 5 years ahead of your time. You know, so with digital, that's the only way you stay up the game, man. So I guess this is just one way for Pinterest to stay relevant and be part of the food chain out there, you know?
Yeah, man. Not only that, but when you talking UX and user design and user experience, you know, you also need to consider people with certain limitations or restrictions. You know, don't just make it for the normal human being. Like what we just discovered now is that Pinterest is used by visually impaired people. Who would have thought of that?
Who would have thought of that?
You know, so this is also a message for designers out there to also incorporate certain elements that can make their designs accessible to everyone else. This is quite dope, and I think Natu should have something, maybe, I don't know, let's think of something that's also going to incorporate people with limitations.
We'll think about that. Think about that.
Let's think about it.
Hopefully it comes to us, and then we do something actually cool that can actually incorporate each and every individual out there.
Straight up.
Yeah, man.
So the summers, my guy.
The summers. Like, it's almost like with awards, there's always controversy with it. You can't have awards and non-controversy. Not in the same sentence. It's always the case. I don't know why.
I like the conversation me and you always have, where you always say that some people, what if they stage these controversies? What if they want us to keep on talking about it until the big night? And just, you know,
because initially, like with each and every event that happens, like people don't like try different types of PR and marketing, and people go the extra mile. You'd be really surprised, you know. People go the extra mile. Exactly. People go the extra mile. They sit down and everything is strategically thought of for them to sell. So I think it's a question of how many people are talking about us and whether people are talking about us at all, you know.
But just to give background and context into what we're talking about, the summer nomination party was held at Goroleni. Shout out to that. One more time for the East, man. Birchwood Hotel.
Birchwood Hotel. It was the nominations were on the 20th of April.
Cool. So that's the story, and then we found out which the entries actually increased from year to year. Tabs might have a number sheet to them.
Actually, my man, no, I don't have the number sheets, bro. No one emails me these things. I don't get CC'd out here, man.
That's what you're saying.
Just reading on their website, you know. I found out that 2018 entries actually had an increase from the last couple of years, you know. So actually, there's been a significant increase in entries for the summers every year since 2016 to date. So like 2016, we're looking at numbers like 400 plus.
That's 2 years back, right?
That's 2 years back. 400 plus entries to 700 plus entries in 2018. That's a big jump. That's a big jump. I don't know what that says about the industry of music in SA.
We're growing as an industry. I think more musicians are coming out, and it's nice to know which they're also participating in such for their own recognition.
But I think it also like opens the door for the conversation of credibility when it comes to awards.
Before you get there, I was actually thinking about this, given the whole situation and how things panned out. Does the number of increased entries compromise the quality of the vetting process?
It probably does. I don't know. It probably does. I think it would depend how many people are employed for that particular project.
Time frames and all
of that, you know. Because the more people you employ, the lesser time for the job, and the lesser like open windows for mistakes that we see happening right now, you know.
Someone may argue
it might have some sort of effect.
Okay, me and you both know actually I don't know, let me not say that. Let me just say there has been allegations the awards can be bought. And people can buy their way in.
Yeah, man. I mean, like
get nominated and just
the likes of Rick, man, went on stage and advised the young people to rather put their music on digital platforms, as opposed to always constantly trying to put them on radio. Because on radio and with awards included there, all of these things can be bought, you know. So he opened a very large window there.
and since that conversation started, we've always questioned the credibility of these awards. And you see, this is why I said just hold on it, and I want people to know what is speed up Nalindole. Do you see where we're coming from? I want to hear from your side. Are they still credible?
For me, oh gosh, man, this is not an easy question. It's not an easy question. This question that you're asking me, but considering the truths that have come out about radio and awards and the buying of them, I think to a certain extent, like, credibility has decreased. You know, credibility has decreased, but also I might give them the benefit of the doubt, because this is something that happened with the metros. This whole hoo-ha about buying of this and this and that was from the metros. So the SAMAs don't have really a background of such information, you know. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'd say for them in particular, maybe I can give them that credibility. Based on their history, obviously.
But for me, I lost faith and confidence when 2 nominations on sacked, even though they clearly stated that their vetting process is strict.
That's the thing. They
can't come out and say such when you've got loopholes.
Exactly.
You know. So I lost faith to a sensibility. Why are you saying this and then so that's completely opposite to what you're standing for.
So the big story about the SAMAs right now that's making waves is that there's 2 nominees that have been sacked out.
Nothing new on that one. Let's see what's sacked out on, I don't know
2
which
nominees
awards
have been sacked out of
nothing new.
Of the SAMAs 2018. And those 2 people are, one of them is Sands. The guy has a song called Tiki Tik Tik Tiki. That guy's been sacked, and there's allegations that, well, it's not allegations per se, but apparently the guy is from Eswatini, you know.
The name of the awards are South African Music Awards.
And the guy is from Eswatini. He's not originally from South Africa. Moby Dixon is also the second guy that has been sacked. Moby Dixon has been sacked based on the song that he presented is actually a remix of an international artist. That's what I've picked up about why the 2 guys have been sacked. So it's so funny because they've been sacked and they've already been replaced already.
So quick.
Like all of this thing happened in like 2 seconds, bruh. People are replaced. So that's the story behind the sacking of these 2 nominations. And this was for Record of the Year, by the way.
The biggest one. Actually.
The biggest one. So there's guys that were actually, because the voting process is open, I think.
I think the voting process is open, seeing that people were also requesting their refunds.
Exactly.
Because they voted for one of the guys that was sacked. But I also understand the sentiment and the conversation that people are having on social media is that we claim that music has no boundaries and music connects us all and blah 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 blah, but at the same time this is a platform for our musicians, our artists. And if we don't give these people the platform, these are the same people, we are the same people that come back and complain we don't acknowledge our own blah 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 blah. And so come on guys, let's understand these are the South African Music Awards. Only South Africans are eligible to participate in this one. So
now people are going at the SAMAs about this whole thing. How did it have to get this far for them to even announce? And I'm one of those people, bro. Publicly, I'm one of those people. When you say you've got a strict vetting process, and then you miss up like this. This is a tiny detail. So that should have been picked up. It's a tiny detail. Should have been picked up. If you vet an artist, you want to check their background. Where are they born? Where are they what? Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? We've got songs that are bigger in South Africa than anywhere else in the world, but were done by Nigerian artists. You know, so it's only fair that we also know the producer behind the song and their background as well. This is common and general information. Come on, how can they miss that? How can they miss that? So that's the outcry of people online. How do you guys miss that? And then come back to us and tell us, no, we have to sack so and so out of the competition. That doesn't make sense. But my counter argument towards that would be, is it? Are we not gonna acknowledge the fact that the Summers decided to actually go out with this? That no, guys, we actually did a mistake on these two artists. We're taking this mistake back, and then we'll carry on with the schedule as planned.
Yeah.
Do you not give them like credit at least for doing that? Because I feel like it would have been easy because no one knew. No one talked about it.
But we would have picked it up.
Exactly.
We would have picked it up.
So my whole thing is that
the same way we picked up Nasty C was illegally nominated for an award.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is that not a good thing that the Summers picked this up and actually decided to go public with it before it actually came out as some sort of smear campaign?
Fair enough. Kudos to Summers for picking that up and addressing it.
Yeah. So for that, me personally, kudos to the Summer for actually just taking the plunge and taking these guys out there.
Kwaito time is still a genre. I actually made peace with the fact that Kwaito died a very long time ago.
Like if they had to ask you a Kwaito artist now, from the top of your mind,
Crickets, my G.
Yeah, Crickets.
Kwaito is still there as one of the categories, and it had the lowest entries.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised.
So
why still have it as a category?
I mean, I remember like YFM took out Kwaito from their Hot 99.
Yeah.
Like some years back.
Yeah.
So if YFM, a youth-orientated station, can take out Kwaito, chances are Kwaito is not alive anymore. Right?
If people wanna really honor Kwaito, have special awards for Kwaito legends, that rather than having these categories. Well, 8 entries, my G, in the whole industry.
8 entries.
They received 8 entries for the best Kwaito category.
It's either no one's doing Kwaito or no one's doing Kwaito that's worth being nominated.
You know what's even funny about this? Excuse the pun. Is that Mashabela was nominated as part of that category.
Mashabela was nominated. Mashabela is the comedian.
Yeah.
He was nominated for what?
Best Kwaito. Funny, ain't it?
Is this guy a comedian or a singer?
I'm confused, my guy.
Yo. Okay.
Yeah, we might want to do some background check on that one.
You can tell Abu Mashabela is one of those people.
But can you just run a check on that one?
Yeah, I'll check that one.
Yeah.
Abu Mashabela, they just took them just to
It's sad. It's sad.
Man, that's sad.
Yeah, man. So we've got for people that don't know who's nominated, we picked out 3 top categories that we think that might have huge interest from the public. One of those 3 categories rather are Best Dance. Best
Dance is one of the 3 categories that we've chosen.
Best Music Video.
Best Music Videos, number 2.
And Best Hip Hop.
Of course, we wouldn't have left hip hop, my man. Who would we leave it with?
We also came up with our own predictions to sort of like guess who's gonna take it based on, I don't know, personal experiences or personal observations. But on top of that one, we've got the biggest prestigious award of the night.
Yeah.
That's Record of the Year.
Yeah.
I already know who's gonna take that one, but we're gonna play a soundbite so people can also just have their own predictions at home. Yeah, sure. So should we play the soundbite now or get our predictions done and then play the soundbite?
I was thinking the sound will play at the end.
Okay, cool.
We'll play at the end.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But let's play
it before we predict our own winners for Record of the Year.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
For dance, best dance album.
Yes.
We've got DJ Kanyani.
The OG
DJ Kanyani made it to the cut.
Yeah.
I've got DJ Melon. We've got Lady Zamar, Prince KB, and Mikasa. I'm actually surprised that Mikasa is in this category because I don't know, maybe I'm the naive one here, but I haven't heard a hit by Mikasa in the longest of time.
Blame it on Kom.
Blame it on Kom. Blame it on Kom or blame it on Jay Something's cooking.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just
that
saying.
Might be a little
but honestly speaking, I don't think Mikasa is still a jump as they were when they like first entered the scene.
Yeah, they said it. Kom is the future. We should have listened.
Hey, my man, I Kom, bro. So like I don't have the energy for Kom for days, bro. Like,
Who does, my guy?
Like 3 songs, you feel like you've been there for 17 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ladies Amar, Prince KB, Mikasa, Kanyani, and DJ Melon. I think my best, if I just had to narrow this down for me, it would be a tug of war between Lady Zamar and Prince KB.
Yeah, I'm going for Prince KP.
So you going for Prince KP on this one?
Yeah, do you want us to bet on this one? Let's bet and give someone else the prize.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bet, and whichever side it goes, that person is responsible for buying data for one of our listeners to download the Absolute Smack.
Yeah, to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That's fair enough, right?
That's fair enough.
Okay,
so
cool.
if people
So you go for Prince KP.
Yeah. If people are on my side, about to Prince KP is gonna win.
Yeah.
And if it does win, Notabs owes you data.
Okay, cool.
And if people on our side, Notabs, and vote for and vouch rather for Lady Zama, I think she's gonna win. And if she does win, I owe them data.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Lady Zama, you should take this one. I think Lady Zama's gonna take this one. I'm praying on this one. But would it be a problem to buy one of our listeners the data out there, just to listen to the Absolute Smack, to give you reason to go to my mail, the Absolute Smack,
Prince KP minus drama Twitter spats equals cool guy. I think he's a cool guy. He deserves this one.
Exactly. Those Twitter spats might play against him when it comes to the social, man. So yeah, man, that's the prediction that's our prediction for best dance album for summer. Let's go to best video of the year.
Yeah, video of the year.
The funny thing about this category, bro, is that everyone on this category, there's 5 nominees. Everyone on this category is actually a hip-hop artist.
Wow.
And this is for music video of the year. It's not hip-hop, what do I know? It's music video of the year. It's every music video in the country of the year. And this is what they narrowed it to. 5 hip-hop artists.
Before I actually comment on that, I'd really like to understand the criteria that is used to decide who makes it to the list.
I don't know. Well, obviously, number one, you'd have to enter the competition.
Of course. That goes without saying. But I'm just saying the specifics, the logistics.
I wouldn't know, man.
Like, is it production? Is it popularity? Is it airplay? You know what I mean?
Or it could be a combination of all of that.
Because if it is, then it's no surprise what the hip hop is there, because it is dominating the airplay.
But this is like the whole country, bro. Like South Africa, the entire of it.
Even the biggest songs didn't have the best videos, and the biggest songs didn't make it to the best videos category.
Exactly.
And some of the biggest songs are not even hip hop.
Exactly. I wonder why.
That's
so man, music video of the year, it has Shane Eagle here. We've got Nadia Nakai, Questa, we've got a Nasty C, and we've got Roach.
Oh yeah?
Like with Roach and Roo, like you never really know how to pronounce Roach, but I think that's the way you pronounce it.
6V Luxala. Luxala 6V.
So I think on this one, my man, I think Vele, like this is an obvious one. Honestly, it's not too much. It's not too much to dissect. Questa fit Wale Spirit. This music video is gonna take it, bro.
I agree.
I think man, no international artist has ever been in a taxi, my man.
And Ufite in Ganjan, he looked like one of us.
Exactly, looked like one of us. He's black, nigga, he's black.
So Questa and Owali are gonna take it on the best music video category.
Yeah, man. So we're not betting anything on this one. We are agreeing on this one, my man. And then the tricky one, the one category that always has a buzz around it, but not this year for some reason. I think people are giving up. I don't know why. No outcry that I've seen so far. But this is the best hip hop album that I'm talking about right now. And for you, maybe there might be names that are short here, names that were supposed to be here that are not here. We don't know why they're not here. Maybe you can ask them. We don't know. But I think maybe some might argue that there's a couple of names that needed to be here, but they're not here. But just to tell you who's on the list for best hip hop album, Ricky Rick is in there. Mr. Stay Shining. Rouge is back again.
That's a second nomination, no?
This is the second nomination for Rouge. I'm not sure all in all how many nominations she has, but
she
this is the second
3.
one.
Yeah, she put back 3.
Okay, cool. The New Era Sessions. This is Rouge. This is the name of the album. New Era Sessions. Shane Eagle with Yellow. And We've got MT Nomanando, which is I think is a personal favorite.
Yeah.
We've got Fresh to Death. Fresh to Death.
Yeah,
Death.
that's Les and his squad.
Yeah. Fresh to Death Productions. Never really heard much about them.
I'm so surprised they even made it on the list, man.
Exactly.
Their mixtape or their project did not really make noise on the streets.
Yeah.
So that's why we're still questioning the credibility of these awards.
My man.
Yeah.
But then again, don't take away the possibility that maybe some people didn't even enter for these awards. You know?
I mean, I know with the who cares about with the two, so deserved to be there. And if he was there, he was gonna take it.
But Ukespa is nowhere to be found.
Ukespa has never fucked with the summer. Ever.
Wow. Titombo.
Yeah. So my money is on MT on that one.
My mind is also on MT Manando. I think this is the one album that I listened to like continuously, and I felt like every song had a story to tell. So Manando takes it for me. MT. I think we're not gonna be surprised when he takes this one.
The Absolute Smack is behind MT Manando for best hip hop.
Yeah, man.
For the summer 24.
Summer 24. Yeah, man. So what's next on the agenda, my guy?
If people want to extend the summer conversation, of course we are available. Facebook page is the Absolute Smack, Twitter at Absolute Smack, and if you want to listen to our podcast and listen to more content we've done previously, the Absolute Smack on SoundCloud. If you want to see footage, nice videos, jump on YouTube, man. We're also there.
The Absolute Smack TV. Yes.
Mvana, it's been a very long weekend. Let's start there.
Yeah.
And during the week prior to the long weekend, we actually discovered news Ubutu Avicii is no more.
Yeah.
And for the EDM fans out there, I'm sure they took a knock. I also took a knock. The guy was quite young.
Yeah.
I mean, and the guy had huge potential. It's so sad to hear of his passing. And with these recent developments, it turned out Ubutu Ontwana committed suicide.
Like Indabaga Avicii was it was very guarded, you know. Like the news came out that he passed away. Young 28-year-old man DJ that just did the waves, man, internationally at such a young tender age. He did things that some people will die not even doing, you know. Yeah, man, that was Avicii. But back to my point here is that like the nature of his death has been like protected. There's high walls around that topic of discussion, and I'm not sure why. I think it's something maybe that came out after a while.
It's look, mental health in society in general is a taboo, and the studies that have shown Ubuti working in the arts, specifically, can put a strain on mental health.
Flip, man, there's studies that have been done on the subject.
And let's also look at Kanye West as a primary example, seeing that he's such a popular figure. We know how that turned out and how mental health actually, affected him as an individual, and affected us as his fans. You know what I mean? And Avicii, the same thing. Unfortunately, we're not coping, or we don't deal with things the same way. For Kanye, he had to be admitted in hospital to just, fix the issue and make sure Guti gets back. Avicii, unfortunately, opted for the shortcut to heaven, and that's suicide.
Sure. Yeah, man. Like it's so in disbelief, so surreal that like someone that might seem so happy, someone that you're looking at from the outside that looks like they've got all their lives together, Jay, and everything is just popping for them, and you actually to a certain extent envy them at the type of life that they live, only to find Uguti, a person is actually lonely and depressed. Out of all of this attention that he's getting, out of all of this money that he has, but the guy is just not fulfilled for some odd reason. I don't know why.
There's a lot that we don't see that happens behind the scenes. We just want the good life, right?
Yeah.
So on TV, what we hear on radio, what we see on social media.
We just want the naked eye.
But do you see the sleep deprivation that takes place? The isolation, being all alone on the roads, being away from your support structure, being away from your family. We don't see all those things, and the impact they can have to mental health or to your emotional stability or mental stability even, it takes a toll. So that's what we don't see, and that's why we envy these people.
Yeah.
But in reality, this is not a fancy job. it has its repercussions. It's not as fancy as it looks. So it's also nice to also talk about the dangers of fame, being in a sense which you are living in that bubble of entertainment, and fun,
expectations,
drugs, rockstar, you know, and addictions. Once you get addicted to these things, what do they do to you as an individual?
It's funny that you raised this topic, my man, because in 2016, this is 2 years ago, Avicii like formally declared himself as like resigning from the scene of touring. And this was 2 years ago. You know, so it's funny that you're raising this topic now in 2018 too. So this seemingly has been like a reoccurring situation with him. Why? But like, because the reason he stated his resignation, the reason for his resignation was that the touring life takes too much of his time. It takes too much time away from family, and then it just comes with a lot of expectations and having to live up to a certain standard, and that thing actually gets to you. So Avicii just wanted to go back and be a normal human being at the end of the day.
And what I've discovered since his death is, Guti, he was not that type of person, you know. His personality was not suited for this entertainment lifestyle, this entertainment, fame, girls, attention, media attention, all of that. He's totally a direct opposite of that. I've discovered Guti, he was an introvert. Like he kept to himself a lot. That's why he was in studio making such hits, because he was always alone, and that's where he finds peace. And that's where he said, prior to actually retiring the first time around, I would say, I can only find peace in studio. This touring life, country to country, club hopping life,
it doesn't work for me. As much as it has money, but
it's not for me. And unfortunately, I think his return back into the scene was the ultimate cause of his death. Because I mean, he figured it out the first time. It's not for him. It would have been best to just have him as a in-house, what do they call it, a bedroom DJ, bedroom producer. You know, let him stay in his bedroom, I keep up my heat, just let him other than to sacrifice his happiness and his well-being just to entertain us as his fans.
It's so sad when your talent ultimately becomes your death.
Wow.
That's because it's happened to so many people, Brian, before, where their talent actually led either to their death or to their fallout. You know. So man, it's a tricky situation. So it's not all glitz and glam as it looks. There's in-betweens there that we don't know. There's stuff that these people don't share with us, and because they're in the limelight, we automatically feel like, no, these guys are robots and they have to act a certain way, and there are no faulty issues with them. So only to find it actually doesn't play out like that. Yeah, man. So RIP to Avicii. Avicii gave us bomb ass music. He gave us, I think everyone has a memory of an Avicii song. Yeah,
man. You don't even need to be an EDM type of person to actually know his music. So he was quite impactful.
You know, you've reached your peak when you're a musician and your music is accommodating to more than just the targeted market.
Breaking boundaries.
You know? It's breaking boundaries out there. So, man, RIP to Avicii.
Rest in peace to Avicii, guys. Another thing that we sort of like downplay is depression, you know. And let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about depression, you know. Let's open up with our close friends, you know. Open up to a stranger if you feel comfortable talking to a stranger.
Sure.
You know, one thing I learned about Avicii's death is that we don't talk about these things until there's something this big happens, you know. Don't wait for your friend to commit suicide to know there was a problem.
But and here's the thing, like, these things are happening everywhere. It's just that people like Avicii put it in the limelight because their lives were in the limelight.
You know? True. Yeah.
But these things are actually things that are happening in Malokshini, suburbs, even happens to everyone, you know.
On sad news, On
that sad news note.
Yeah, man, on sad news, yes, rest in peace to Avicii. But we also lost one of our own.
Yes.
3 people to be exact that we know of. They go by the name of Akumzi Jezile, Tovanin Seleni, Siyabonga Kubisi. I found out about this yesterday, and immediately I just text the crew, guys, shit, what's happening? Is this true? Because that's the first thing I tried to find out. Let's validate this. In the era of fake news, it's always safe to just ask for an opinion and ask people, have they seen what you've seen? And it turned out it was true. I was hoping it was not. Welcome to Sheila out.
Like it was so surreal when I actually found out, man. And I think the first thing that came to my mind when I found out is
I think that's just the first thing that comes to everyone's mind.
Because in my mind, I know that Untwana was healthy, you know, like this is a chubby nigga, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's
like happy, like he's living a nice life, you know. So like when I actually found out later on the night is that it was an accident.
Yeah, man. So what happened is that Akumzi lost his life in a car accident. The accident took place while he was on his way to Eastern Cape, driving with 4 people in the car, and they were heading to a family funeral. So what's even scary about this is when I heard about his death, I hopped on Twitter, I went to his profile, and there was a tweet that he tweeted that said, I'm heading home this weekend. I'm heading home this long weekend. And I was like, damn, bro, was that a subliminal to actually let us know to joining your ancestors?
Yeah, you know, like, yeah, man, with Akumzi, like, it really hit home. It's closer to home. I mean, like, Maskula, bro, like, we used to go back and go watch Akumzi on your TV.
He was really a cool guy to watch.
And he was a chubby, like, Akumzi, like, even if you didn't know him like that, nah, but you can tell from his appearance ukuthi une orange yokujabulela wonke umuntu. He had that thing about him.
He was very guy, polarizing.
It was probably the guy, because now he was an executive producer. So it's probably the guy bongayo kuyakhumzi if you're an intern lapho and he'd probably give it to you. I think he came across like that as that guy. And we actually getting confirmation from people that were even closer to him ukuthi vele Akumzi was that guy, you know? So it's a sad loss in the entertainment industry, man, right now. It's a sad loss. It's such a tender age, such a young age.
Poor Musa, my guy. He was very close friends with Akumzi, you know.
From the
and
UTV
I think they spent the last few days or his moments on earth together, you know. And it's so sad to see Umchita losing a best friend and his own pillar of strength, and someone that he grew up with, you know. Something that I wouldn't wish on anyone else. It loss is unbearable, you know.
I can only imagine what he's going through, bro.
Yeah, but
if it hit us, Tina,
you know,
imagine him so close, bro.
Yeah. So apparently the funeral will be taking place in Eastern Cape.
Okay, the details are out.
I don't know. I think these are just assumptions on Twitter. Utobani Mseleni and Siyabonga Kubisi as well. Even though Abantu are busy, you know, mourning Akumzi the most because he was the most popular between them.
Yeah.
I think let's also show the same remorse and mourn to the other 2 that passed on in this accident, you know. And that's why I'd like us as the Absolute Smack to just take a moment of silence and RIP to Akumzi Jezile, Tobani Mseleni and Siyabonga Kubisi.
RIP.
Yeah, man. So if there's one thing I want to learn from this is Uti, let the people that you love, let them know what you love them.
Yeah, man. Just like most importantly, just check up on your people, man.
Check up on your peeps, yo.
Yeah. So some people might look like everything is good.
It's okay. Yeah.
And sometimes like shit happens, man. Life happens out there.
Life is short,
like some things are unplanned.
But to give them flowers while they can still smell
it, my man. You know. Yeah. So just do that with your close people and your loved ones, man. Just hit them up, check them if they're all good. Visit them when you have the time. You know, just be open with them. Be that person that they can always come to and ask for something.
Speaking of people wanting flowers while they're still alive, does Ricky want a legend status?
Does he want
a legend status?
A legend status? Why? Where's that question come from?
He's announced Guti is retired.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
So I don't know, Guti is gunning for that legend status. Does he want these flowers while they're still alive?
He can still smell
or them. Is this part of a new project that he's working on? Is this a gimmick? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think like with people like Ricky, it's always about the business, you know.
Yeah.
Ricky came to fame commercially, and then people liked his appearance, but not necessarily his music, especially considering that it's hip hop, you know, and you know the story behind hip hop. You know, I think there's some fellas that felt like Ricky is not really someone you can justify as hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, but he somehow, in a way, got away with it.
Yeah.
And he's a hip hop artist, yabo, in SA. So I think it's good for him if he says he's gonna retire. It's good for him considering that kuti aphume while he's still on the high. Because there might come a time where people bazomjikela khona ngamampela ukuthi but you actually not hip hop. Ngathi ugimmicky nyana, I funny line, you know. But the thing about Rick is smart and he knows how to sell himself, you know. So I think his talents go beyond music, and if this is true, if this is not like a PR stunt, I'd say it's a dope move, because it's probably like seen a different venture and is actually running with it right now.
I'm more worried about the issue again, the mental illness.
Oh, so that rised up too?
It also popped up in between Uguti. Hey, there has been scares and he doesn't want to lose the people he loves. And he just wants to stay in touch with the people that he loves.
Okay.
So that's a good enough reason for me to understand where he's coming from as an individual. We don't need another Kanye West.
Sure, no, we don't.
And with the recent events of Avicii, you know what I mean? This thing can lead to death ultimately. So we've learned, you know? I
mean, like, so think about it, but like you go out to groove on a Friday, and by chance you'll go out again on a Saturday. So imagine these guys actually have to go out constantly, bro. Like, it can't be healthy.
It can't be healthy. So especially if you're a family man like Rick, you know. It's best to be there when your kids are growing, so you can watch them grow, you know.
That's what.
It's another story when there's moments that happen in my family where a child takes the first walk or crawls for the first time, and you're not there. You're out there instead entertaining about. It can take a toll on the family and on the individual themselves.
So I really feel like Ricky has more talent than just music. So maybe you should venture into other stuff, or maybe like give more focus to the other stuff and try to make as equal money. But then again, I think Rick has made enough money through music that he can invest somewhere, you know, and keep living.
I won't lie. Maybe I was a closet Rick fan, but I'm in the out right now. I like Rick. I was just disappointed by his latest project, but however, his songs, there are a few songs that I love. Scooby Snacks mixtape, 3 songs, I love that shit. Silukoti, not quite a fan, but there's many songs, especially on the Family Values album, that I blast and I don't skip a single track. So I'm definitely a fan, and I really hope he bounces back. And you know what, if you're taking a break for the right reasons, my guy, take a break. Your fans will wait for you. We understand what you're going through, and rather that than to hear Rick has committed suicide.
Rather that, my man. I think we can live without a Rick album, huh?
I mean, we've lived. When last did he drop an album? We've been coping, dog.
We've been coping.
Episode 6, the absolute smack me out. Is there anything I left out on the menu?
I think the menu, my man, has been dissected nicely. First course meal has been given. A starter was given, and the full meal was given. We're shutting it down right now and get dessert. I ate dessert.
So
we're shutting it down right now. Episode 6 of the Absolute Smack. It's been fun. It's been crazy. It's been loaded, man. We'll see you again, guys, on episode 7. Don't forget to follow our channels that we've said during the show. I'm not gonna repeat them again because you heard them the first time around.
If you were distracted in Klambo when we were saying those channels, I don't mind repeating them because it's always a pleasure to be of service.
Okay, cool.
I don't rush to get off the mic. My duty is to fulfill the service for the people.
That's a politically correct answer, my man. Shut it down, my man.
Facebook, The Absolute Smack. Like the page. Dope content on the page. Twitter, @Absolute Smack. SoundCloud, The Absolute Smack. YouTube, The Absolute Smack TV. If you're too lazy to go through all these platforms, Google The Absolute Smack and we'll pop up.
Thank you, man. Thank you for listening to episode 6.
Chef
See you again in episode
Chef
7.
Free store. They're closing the Absolute Smack buffet. Till next time.
Bye. Okay, bye-bye.